Have you ever noticed how your mind speaks to you when you're not thinking? Like in dreams, in sudden images, or in flashes of memory that seem to come out of nowhere? And you don't hear a voice explaining things logically. You see something, a place, a symbol, a scene, and somehow you feel what it means. That's because beneath your conscious thoughts, there is another layer of mind, a deeper layer, one that does not speak in words, it speaks in symbols. And in this lesson, we're going to explore the relationship between the subconscious mind and symbolic language, and why learning to understand this language can completely change how you experience your inner world. So think about the last dream that you remember. Chances are it didn't make logical sense. Maybe you were in a house that wasn't your house, talking to someone who didn't look like themselves, moving through a place that kept changing. Dreams rarely follow logic, but they feel meaningful. But why is this? It's because the subconscious is not trying to tell you a story, it's trying to show you something. Instead of saying you are going through change, it shows you a storm. Instead of saying you feel trapped, it shows you a locked room. And instead of saying you are growing, it shows you a path unfolding ahead. You see, the subconscious doesn't explain, it reveals through imagery. So let's look at what exactly is the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is the part of you that operates beneath conscious awareness, and it governs things like habits, emotions, automatic reactions, deep beliefs, and memory patterns. It is always active, even whenever you're not aware of it. And unlike the conscious mind, which is logical and analytical, the subconscious is associative and symbolic. It does not organize reality through language. It organizes reality through images and patterns and emotional impressions. So, this is why certain images can trigger strong feelings instantly, because the subconscious has already assigned meaning to them without needing words. So, let's look at why the subconscious uses symbols. The subconscious uses symbols because symbols can carry multiple layers of meaning at once. So, words are linear, they move step by step. But symbols are multidimensional. So a single image can represent an emotion, a memory, a belief, a transformation, a fear, a desire, all at the exact same time. So water can symbolize emotion, flow, the unconscious, or change. A door can symbolize opportunity, but transition, or just the unknown. A mirror can symbolize self-awareness, identity, or illusion. So the subconscious chooses imagery because it is the most efficient way to communicate complex inner states. And it doesn't need to explain everything. It just shows you something that you can feel and recognize instantly. So let's look at how symbolic language kind of shapes your reality. So here's where this becomes powerful, because the subconscious mind is not just observing your life. It is actively shaping how you experience it. And it does this through symbolic association. So if your subconscious associates something with fear, your body reacts before your mind has time to think. If it associates something with safety, you feel calm without knowing why. And this means your inner symbolic world is constantly influencing things like your emotions, your reactions, your decisions, and your perceptions. And most of the time, this is happening unconsciously. But when you begin to recognize symbolic patterns, you begin to bring awareness into that process. So you begin to see not just what you are experiencing, but why. See, this is where it gets interesting because symbols act as a bridge between the conscious and subconscious mind, and they allow communication between the two. So, when you reflect on a dream or when you contemplate a symbol, even when you feel drawn to a certain image, you are interacting with your subconscious. You are beginning to translate its language into conscious awareness. And this is why practices like dream reflection, meditation, art, journaling, symbolic contemplation have been used for centuries because they help you access the deeper layers of mind, not by forcing understanding, but by allowing insight to emerge. Because the subconscious does not respond well to force, it responds to attention and awareness. So, to begin working with your subconscious mind, start with observation. Pay attention to the images that appear in your dreams, the symbols that you are drawn to, the patterns that repeat in your thoughts and emotions. Instead of trying to control or analyze everything, just begin asking, what is my subconscious showing me? And not everything needs an immediate answer. Sometimes awareness itself is the first step. You may also begin journaling. Write down images from your dream or describe symbols that stand out to you. Reflect on what they might represent emotionally, and over time, you may start to notice patterns. And those patterns are the beginning of understanding your own symbolic language. So, over the next few days, I invite you to pay attention to your inner imagery. Notice what appears when your mind is quiet. Notice what symbols repeat. Notice what images stay with you. Because your subconscious may already be communicating with you in a language you were never taught how to read. And in this Symbols of Awakening series, we are learning how to understand that language, not as something abstract, but as something deeply personal. So if this lesson resonated with you, make sure to subscribe and continue the journey with us, because the more you understand your inner world, the more consciously you begin to shape your outer world. And I'll see you guys in the next video.